Everyone, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Sasha and I am a cash budgeter. What I thought I would do today is sit down with you and work out exactly what I do every single time I get paid. So I want to walk you through my process and yeah, so let's start. So I always start out by making a budget. Every single time I get paid bi-weekly. I work out my budget. So let's go. So my paycheck for my day job was $1,330.37. I am going to pay myself out from my Etsy business. I'm not going to pay myself, obviously, the full amount what I'm making. I don't know if I've mentioned before, but I am putting pretty much all the money I make right now in my Etsy shop towards my debt. And I'm setting aside 30% of what I'm bringing in to pay off my taxes. So I'm going to take a small amount from my Etsy shop. I'm going to take $100 and I'm going to be putting the majority of that actually towards my savings challenges. So Etsy 100. So I am working with $1,430.37. All right, so then I like to work out all of my bills. My bills I pay online. I do not cash stuff them with the exception of my rent, and that is only because I rent from family and we have agreed that I can pay them with cash. So, and I should also mention, I split my bills in half. So I am cash stuffing half the amount each paycheck because I get paid bi-weekly. So subscriptions, I'm going to leave $35 in my account to cover. Rent, as mentioned, I will be taking half my amount out for the month. I'm very fortunate. I know my rent is very low. I'm very fortunate right now as I rent from family. So, all right. And then my phone is $47. So $457 is my total. And then I like to work it back. So we had 1430.37 minus 457. I'm working with 973.37. So I'm going to round that down to 970 because I'm not going to take $3.37 out of the bank. So we're going to say I have left over $970. All right, so my debt is the next category I work on. I have a few credit card debts. So my first one, I always give $150 towards. My second one, again, $150. And then my third is $125. And these actually automatically get taken out of my bank account and put towards my debt as soon as I get paid. So I don't even have to do anything. I've set it up so it auto withdraws and applies it to my credit card. So it's just kind of nice. I never see the money. It's $425. And I am paying more money towards my credit card debt right now. I'm trying to pay off one of them first. So I'm kind of doing like a snowball method. So all my money that I'm bringing in my side businesses, I have a couple of Etsy shops. They go towards my one debt. And then when that's paid off, I'll put the majority down to the next one. So I'm just making small amounts to the three right now, and then substantially more to the first one. All right, so then we have my variable expenses. So these are items that I take cash out. I do cash stuff these. So we have groceries. I'm going to be budgeting $130 towards. I kind of know how much I budget each paycheck. It does fluctuate a little bit. Like, for example, like eating out, if I know that I have plans to go out with friends in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to put a little bit more money to it. And then I'll put a little less somewhere else. So that's why I budget every paycheck, is so that I can play with the numbers and make sure that it works for me. So my dog Hank will be getting 40. So with Hank's folder, I do keep it in my variable expense binder, but if I have money left over for my dog, I don't take it out of the envelopes. And that's because I just I treat that envelope like a sinking fund. So even though it's in my variable expense binder, I treat it like a sinking fund. So then we have gas. last pay period, I actually had the full $80 left over. And yeah, that was just because my job put a full tank of gas in my car. So thankful for that. And I've already done my cash stuff, or my savings challenges with that money. So that went towards my 100 envelope challenge. All right, then we have eating out. So for that one, I will be putting 50 towards. And that's to cover things like if I want to go to Starbucks, or maybe I do want to grab a meal with friends or family, or maybe I just have this impulse to go through McDonald's. So that $50 will cover those expenses. Household, I treat that one also like a sinking fund within my variable expense binder. And that's because I normally only put like $10, $15 into that envelope at a time. And realistically, $10 or $15 isn't going to buy much for within my household. So while I keep it in my variable expense binder, I do treat it like a sinking fund. And I do have, let's see, oops, wrong binder. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it looks like I have $80 in there right now. And I feel like that's enough to cover me if I need to buy cleaning supplies or something. So I'm not going to be putting any money towards that this pay period. And then we have fun. And to be confusing, I treat that variable expense binder as a sinking fund too, because I only put like, again, $10 to $15 in at a time. And realistically, $10 to $15 isn't going to get you very far. But I'm also not really doing much right now. I'm honestly just working around the clock. From the time I wake up, I work on my Etsy shops, I go to my day job, and then I come home and work. So I'm not having much time for fun right now, which I'm totally okay with. And there's really not much to do in my small town. So I'm kind of saving this for when I go to the city. I think I've got like $30 or something in there right now. I'm going to add another 15. And those are all my variable expense envelopes. So we've got $315 here. Okay, and I'm gonna see what I'm working with here. So we left off $970. I'm gonna take this money off. That's going to my cards. So I had $545 when I got to here. Minus $315. Okay, so I have $230 to put towards my sinking funds and my savings challenges. So sinking funds are like short-term, sorry, not short-term. It's when you're setting aside money for an expense that you see in the future. So for me, I'm saving up for Costco right now. Costco is a few hours and a ferry ride away from where I live. So I like to save up so that when I go, I can do a good haul. Other things that people might have as a sinking fund could be like vacation, Christmas, clothing, medical. Those are all items I use. You might also have car insurance in there. Maybe it's taxes. And there's a whole bunch of things that you can have in your sinking funds. It's all relevant to like your life, and yeah, like nobody's gonna have the same sinking funds. So let's go through mine here. So I'm going to be putting $40 into my sinking funds for Costco. Beauty, I'm going to just be putting 10. I typically, when it comes to like buying makeup and stuff, I'll use my points from Shoppers. They add up really fast. So this covers like haircuts and makeup. Medical, being Canadian, my medical is covered. This is just to buy if I need like Advil or yeah, so medical, I'm not going to be putting anything towards, and that's just because I have a nice little nest in there. So clothes will be getting, let's just put 15 in there this time. We should be buying some winter clothes soon. Vacation, I'm going to be putting 40, and then Christmas, we'll be getting 45. And if you're wondering how I figure out these amounts, I have sat down and I've worked out like what the deadline is for like reaching this end goal. So and then I calculate it based on how many paychecks I have. Yeah, so I know that I need to put $45 in right now in order to have my account fully funded before Christmas. Okay. So let's see here. I have $150 here. Okay, so let's see how much I have left over, and whatever I have left over is going to be going towards my savings challenges. Now, I did mention I have already put some money towards my savings challenges, and that was money that was left over from my variable expenses last pay period. So I have already done a cash stuffing on my sinking funds, and I've shared that over on TikTok, but I'm going to be putting more money again towards it because I just really want to complete my 100 envelope challenge. I'm feeling really driven there. I've already filled 66 envelopes out of 100, so we're getting there. I have $80 that I'm going to be putting towards my savings challenges. Okay, so once I've worked out my budget, next step is obviously going to the bank and withdrawing the cash. So I always like to work out my bill denominations. So to do that, I work out my breakdown. All right, so now that I've written out the amounts for each of my categories that I'm cash stuffing, I quickly add it up to make sure I haven't messed up anywhere. All right, so $880 is what I have. That doesn't seem right. So I know that I should have this amount plus this amount plus this, and then my rent, which is $920. So I'm missing something here. Did I just add it up wrong? Oh my goodness, I'm missing my dog Hank. How could I miss Hank? That's the $40 we're missing. All right, so then that would add up to $920. Okay, so I then look here, $375. Well, I know I'm gonna want 3 $100 bills. I'm gonna want 150, 120, and 15. So I just tally it all up all the way through. Okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna add them all up, so. Then I'm just gonna do quick math to make sure that I got it right, so. And we got it, 920. So then I would go to the bank. I normally just take like a screenshot of this, so I'm not taking this big piece of paper in. Yeah, so I go to the bank, which I have already done. So let's just do a quick cash count. All right, and we got the right amount there, which is $920 that I am cash stuffing. All All right, so we are gonna start off with my variable expense binder. All right, so first up we have groceries. We were gonna do 130 there. Sorry, my printer's deciding to do, I don't know what, it's making a lot of noise behind me, so sorry about that. All right, and then my dog Hank, I'm going to be adding 42. So let's see where we're at here. Like I said before, I treat my dog's variable expense envelope as a sinking fund. I just continually add to it until I need it. So I'm gonna be buying him dog food soon. It's normally about $70 for a bag. And then I also am saving up for his next dog grooming, which is $90, including a tip. So Hank. And then household, we said that I'm not going to be adding to, and that's just because I have $80 in there. Gas, sorry, we'll be getting 80. Now, I don't always pay for my gas with cash. Sometimes I do use my credit card, and then I'm just very diligent about taking the amount out of my envelope and setting it aside, and it goes back to the bank. But I don't normally actually take it back to the bank because it just seems like a lot of work depositing $80 when I'm going to be withdrawing the money. So I pay my credit card with the money, but I take out the difference from my paycheck. So I hope that doesn't confuse you all, but that's how I handle it. So I do still use credit cards. I'm just very diligent about making sure that I take the money out of my envelope so I don't overspend. I'm eating out, we'll be getting 50. What do we say here? Put a 50 in there. My fun envelope is getting 15. So that brings me to 45. And then rent will be getting half the amount for the month, which is $375. So I got $350, $75. Now I keep my rent envelope in my variable expense binder. I know it's not a variable expense. I just don't have a bills binder. So it just makes the most sense to keep it in there for me. This binder never leaves my home. It doesn't leave. When I go to run an errand, I take out the money that I need for that errand. Worst case scenario, I use my Visa and I just take out the amount when I get home and put it into a separate spot. So I pay off my card. All right, then we're gonna cash stuff my sinking funds. So vacation will be getting 40. Let's see where I'm at so far. So I only started cash stuffing the beginning of August. So it's kind of fun to see this all adding up. So we've got 1, 2, 20, 40, 65. Okay, gifts I am not adding to, and that's because I don't have any more birthdays to buy for this year. We've got $60 in there, so if I do need to buy something, I'm covered. Clothes, we were gonna add 15. So 75, 80. And you know what? I'm going to trade these in. Whenever I can, I like to do a bill exchange so I don't have a whole bunch of lowered bills in here. Medical, I'm not adding to, and as you can see, I have money in there. I think it's $60. Beauty will be getting, actually, I'm not cash stuffing beauty, my bad. We are at 65. Okay, and then Costco, I was going to be putting $50 towards. So let's see what I have here, because I'm planning to go to Costco maybe on Monday. So I've got 200 now. All right. And then my Christmas savings challenge, I'm actually going to save to do on TikTok. So if you follow me there, if not, give me a follow. I would absolutely love it. I'll include the handle down below. So we are going to be putting the rest of the money here, which should be $80. Actually, sorry, $125, including the Christmas savings challenge, towards all my savings challenges. So I've got a Christmas savings challenge, a nickel savings challenge, which I put all of my coins towards, and I just track the progress. I call it the nickel savings challenge because we do not have pennies in Canada. So the denominations go up by 5 cents. And then I've got a $5 and $10 savings challenge, which when I have an extra 5 or 10, I throw into those. And then I also have the 100 envelope savings challenge box, which this will primarily be going towards. So that's just a quick show of what I do when I get paid every paycheck. I hope that clears things up for some of you. I've been getting a lot of questions on here and on TikTok as to what my process is. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks so much for joining along. And I would absolutely love it if you haven't already to give me a follow. So thanks everyone. Have a good day.